everyone!
Hi.
Okay, so welcome back to the Equity Code where we talk about real workplace problems that somehow always start with HR said. So today we are discussing pay equity and compensation transparency in global organizations, and we've got a very relatable story. So before we get into today's episode, this episode is proudly brought to you by Glassdoor.
If you are thinking about applying for a job and want to know what a company is really like, Glassdoor has you covered.
Exactly. On Glassdoor, you can check real employee reviews, salary information, and honest feedback about company culture and work environment.
So instead of guessing, you can make smarter career decisions with insights straight from people who actually work there.
Whether it is pay, management style, or workplace culture, Glassdoor helps you know before you apply.
Check it out and take control of your job search with Glassdoor. Oh, before we forgot to introduce to you guys, today we have our special guest. Say hello to Putri and Eza.
Email time. It's email time again.
Alright everyone, we've got a special voice call coming in from one of our listeners, Adam. He reached out to us via email and said he has a story about pay differences that really resonated with him.
Yes, we love when our listeners share their real experiences. Let's hear what Adam has to say.
Okay, hey Adam, welcome to the Equity Code. Can you tell us a bit about what happened?
I work at a multinational company and recently found out that a colleague in another country who has the same role and workload as me earns more. So I asked HR about it, and they said it's because of location-based pay. I get the explanation, but it still feels a bit weird knowing we do the same work, yet get paid differently just because of where we are based.
Wow Adam, thank you for sharing. Definitely sound frustrating.
Yeah, it's tough though to hear that you are doing the same work as someone else but earning less. Oh my god. Let's bring in our guests to get their perspective.
Okay, after hear about the Adam story, you are not definitely alone, Adam, actually. This happen a lot in global organization because companies set salaries differently based on the location. I think it's called what we call structural global wages gaps, and it's more common than people realize. What about Eza?
Yeah, and also when companies don't share salary range or pay criteria, employees start to comparing informally. So that's usually when dissatisfaction begins, even if the company technically has a rationale for the pay differences.
Yeah, so it's not just the difference itself but also the lack of transparency, right? That makes people feel unfairly treated.
Okay, so why do companies still struggle with pay equal globally? Putri, what's your take?
For me, one major reason is actually structural inequity because, okay, for example, like gender pay gaps and also occupational segregating. I think segregating the pronunciation. So, for example, women globally earn about 83 cents for every dollar earned by men.
Wow.
Is that?
For me, cultural factors are also important. In some countries, discussing salary is still considered taboo. So employees rarely get clarified for their pay differences.
Oh, and also, do not forget that regulatory differences. Some regions like the EU actually require salary transparency, but in many other countries there are no rules. So that leave companies free to set wages however they want.
So it is really a mix of structural, cultural, and legal reasons that create these pay gaps. Okay, so Adam, how did this situation make you feel?
Honestly, demotivated. It made me question whether the company really values fairness.
Okay, this reaction is actually common because perceived unfair pay lower moral and also increase turnover intention.
And it also affects the employees' reputation, right? And employees share experiences on platforms like Glassdoor and so on.
Alright, we've heard Adam's stories and discussed why pay gap happens. Now let's talk solution. What can companies do to prevent situation like this, Eza?
First and most importantly, companies need to transparent pay structure. employees should be able to see their salary range for their role, so they will understand how the pay is determined.
Oh, and also, absolutely. I mean, and pay decision, and also the pay decision should be tied to the objective performance of the company and also management system, not just a manager personal judgment, but so that's why everyone will know what's rewarded and also why.
And managers also training, need training to reduce unconscious bias in compensation decisions. And bias can creep in without anyone realizing it. But which can create the kind of unfairness that Adam experienced.
So transparency, performance-based pay and bias training seems simple in theory, but it takes commitment from the whole company. Adam, even though you are not here with us now, your story really highlights why questioning pay is valid.
Yeah, right. Pay equity doesn't mean everyone earns the same. It means the system is fair, transparent, and explainable.
And also, when employees see fairness, it boosts morale and also attention. Actually, everyone win, the staff and also the company.
Yeah, exactly, Putri. Equal works deserve equal pay everywhere.
Okay, so before we wrap up, a quick note. This episode is brought to you by Glassdoor. Okay.
And if you're thinking about applying for a job and want to know what a company is really like, Glassdoor has you covered.
Right, check your employees' reviews, salary info, and honest feedback about company's culture and environment.
So instead of guessing, you can make smarter career decisions with insights straight from people who actually work there.
Whether it is pay, management style, or workplace culture, Glassdoor helps you know before you apply. Check it out and take control of your job search.
Equal work deserve equal pay everywhere. Bye.